Becoming a YouTuber is easy. It's actually very easy. A lot of the challenges that you're facing are inside your mind, right? And that's how it was for me. Like when I first started, when I first turned on this camera, when I first did my first YouTube video, I was so scared. I remember being in the same car and, you know, in a different location, but in the same car, just mind just everywhere, right? Thinking about all the stuff that could happen, all the things that could change. And I'm telling you that that's good, but don't think about that stuff too early, right? The majority of y'all ain't gonna see success right away. You're not going to see the views come right away. I didn't see them come right away. Even on some of my videos that performed better than others, right? Sometimes they take time to grow. Everything takes time to grow, right? Nothing starts off big, right? Rome, you hear the quote all the time that Rome wasn't built in a day. That's so true. And you got to take that quote and you got to take the idea of that and apply that to what you're doing with this. You can't expect to get 1 million views in a day, 1 million subscribers. I know that sounds great. I know that sounds awesome, but that's not reality. The reality is you're going to have a lot of moments to where you're going to want to quit. You're going to want to give up and you're going to want to throw in the towel, especially when you're first starting off. Because that's how I was. When I first started, man, I tell you not. Long form content ain't no joke. When you sit there and you plan, you record, you edit a video, you do all this stuff and you publish it, and that video only get like 5 views, bro, I'm telling you, you gonna be looking at yourself and you gonna really be down with yourself. You gonna be up at night and you gonna be thinking like, is this for me? Am I wasting my time? Because I had a lot of those doubts too, but I'm telling you, you just got to keep going. I'm telling you, the race is given to the one who makes it to the end. Remember that. The race is given to the one that makes it to the end, right? You got to persevere. Keep persevering. Keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that you see right now that is successful, that you're looking at on YouTube, it could be on YouTube, it could be on TikTok, it could be on whatever it is. You feel me? They all had those same type of feelings, those same type of emotions, those same type of doubts, those same type of things flowing through their head that you got going on right now. You ain't no different than nobody else. Understand that. You no different than me, right? You no different than me. You no different than anybody else. Nobody else is different than you as far as it comes to this content creation stuff. Feel me? Everybody started off small, right? Most of the people that you see succeeding right now, what they're doing, they weren't even doing that at first. What they first started off with failed. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Failure is not final. Neither is success, right? You got to keep succeeding. And you know what I'm saying? Even after you fail, you got to keep trying. Failure is not final. Failure is not final. You know what I'm saying? Even if one of your videos flop, 2 of your videos flop. I've had multiple videos on this channel flop. At the same time, I've had multiple videos on this channel do very, very well. So it's about how you look at it, right? Life is what you make it. And your journey on YouTube is going to be what you make it. It's either going to be, for me, like I could either look at my journey and be like, oh man, I didn't post every single day and I didn't do this and I didn't do all these things and I can get so down on myself. Or I could look at it and be like, yeah, even though I was inconsistent and I let doubts and stuff get in my head, at the very least, I'm still trying. Here I am still going and still recording. That's how you going to make it. Is how many times can you get knocked down and get back up? Because this journey is going to knock you down. Any journey that you take in of yourself, any journey of elevation, any journey that takes you and requires some type of change out of you is going to knock you down more times than not. More times than you going to win, right? But you got to keep pushing. Because it's about when you win. Think about if you gonna win, right? That's what I want you to think about with this YouTube stuff, with any other thing that you may be trying to do, any endeavor that you may be thinking about pursuing, is what if you win? Don't worry about the what if you lose, the what if this don't work, what if they laugh at me, what if, you know what I'm saying, I gotta face the shame of it not working, whatever it is, right? Don't worry about that. What if you win? Set your mind on winning. There is no plan B with this. There should be no plan B with this for you. You know what I'm saying? You can't have no plan B, because I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of times where plan A is not going to work. It's not going to work. And you're going to have to be so confident in that plan. You're going to have to be so resilient with that plan, so determined and so so focused on that plan that no matter what, you do all the things, you make all the adjustments that you need in order to be able to succeed. You have to do all the things that you need to in order to be able to succeed, no matter what, because that's what it's going to take. You got to cut off all the noise around you. You got to cut off all the distractions, all the social media. Get off Instagram, right? Get off TikTok. Even get off YouTube, right? Sometimes I get caught up in watching other people on YouTube that may be succeeding, and sometimes it's easy to get discouraged because you see them getting all the views that you want, right? Seeing all the success that they have, and you look at your stuff and you like, well, I ain't doing that good, and that's going to demotivate you. But you got to remember, gang, that comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy. A lot of the people that you trying to compare yourself to, they way ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, even me personally, like, I'm in a mentorship right now with this guy. His name's Mac Moolah. I'm pretty sure y'all heard of him. He's real popular. Shout out Mac Moolah for, you know what I'm saying, helping me out. But sometimes I look at his videos and how he be posting and all this stuff and how he got all these channels, and I'd be like, damn, I can't do that. I wish I could do that. And woo. But I got to remember, Mac Moolah been on YouTube for 15 years. Here I am trying to compare myself to somebody who's been on YouTube for 15 years when I ain't even been on YouTube for 15 months. Feel me? Like, but it's very easy for you to get caught up in that. It's very easy to look at successful people and be like, oh, that's supposed to be me because I want that to be me, because I want what they want right now. I believe that if I start right now, I'm supposed to do what they're doing. I'm supposed to be getting the results that they're having, not understanding that that person has tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed time and time and time over again until they got to that point. But here you go, thinking that you posting 2 videos or whatever, and you gonna get, if you don't get 10 million views, then you're a failure. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a perfectionist in this, right? That was one of the biggest mistakes that I made personally. I'm being real upfront with y'all. That was one of the biggest mistakes that I made, was trying to be a perfectionist, thinking that all my edits had to be super crisp. All the things had to be perfect. The subtitles had to be perfect, and just, you know, focus on everything being perfect instead of just focus on being consistent, right? Showing up every day. That's what really counts. You know what I'm saying? Quality, not quality, quantity over quality is what's gonna get you out of stage 1 as a content creator. Is focus on quantity. Quality will come after you've figured out the quantity, after you've put out a certain amount of videos and you can tell, okay, this worked, this didn't work, right? That's when you can be like, okay, now it's time to improve the quality of what's working. But you have to put out the quantity first. You have to put out the videos. You have to see what's working first. And then from there, then you go into your analytics. And then you go and see what's working, see what's not working, and then you adjust accordingly. Feel me? But it's very hard at the beginning. I'm telling you, it's very hard at the beginning. My first 6 months, I'm about like 7 or 8 months in now. First 6 months, terrible. Especially if you don't have a strong support group, if you're not in a mentorship, if you're not in some type of group, or you don't have a strong support system. Because let's be real, when you're chasing your goals, when you're doing something out of the ordinary, a lot of people are not going to support you. They're not going to be able to understand you. So it's going to be very easy for you to feel alone, and that's very easy for you to get discouraged off of that. But you got to stay consistent with it, right? The success is going to come. The success will come, but you have to be patient. And while you're waiting for that success, just continue to keep building yourself up, keep adding things to your content, right? Continue to improve in every aspect that you can, so that when you do blow up, that when you do take off, oh, you ready. Feel me? You've gone through the trials, you've gone through the tribulations, you've gone through the challenges, you've overcome the obstacles, and now it's time for you to shine. But you got to believe, you got to keep pushing. I'm telling you. It's about consistency. Consistency is key. Perseverance is key. Patience is key. You need all these things if you're going to make it. Because if not, you're going to throw in the towel. You're going to quit too early. You're going to get down on yourself, and you ain't going to be able to continue. And it's about perseverance at the end of the day. So focus on that above all else. And I promise you, you're going to win. And enjoy the becoming. That's another thing that I would say, and I'm gonna leave on this point, is enjoy the becoming. Now is the time for you to be celebrating. Now is the time for you to be looking forward to the future in an optimistic manner. Now is the time for you to start getting ready to prepare and to receive the things that you're sowing, right? To be able to reap what you're sowing. So what you're sowing. Feel me? Now's the time to get ready for it. Now's the time to start celebrating, because this is a success. You getting on YouTube, you just watching this video, you coming across this video. I'm telling you, this video is not popping up on your feed. You're not watching this video right now by coincidence. Feel me? You're not watching it by coincidence at all. This was meant for you. If this popped up on your feed, this was meant for you. Start today. Don't worry about all the things that are going on in your head. You got to learn how to shut it off. I'm telling you, if you don't learn how to shut that voice off in your head, it's going to run rampant, and you ain't going to be able to do nothing. You ain't going to be able to overcome none of your fears when it comes to this stuff. None of the doubts that you may be going through. I'm telling you, you got to just be able to shut it off and just push forward, right? Just put your best foot forward, put your head down, grind for a little bit, and I'm telling you, you're going to look back, and you're going to be like, oh, I done made it through the mud. I done pushed through, and now I'm way ahead of where I used to be. So, always remember that, man. Always remember that. Becoming a YouTuber is easy, but you got to get out of your head. You got to keep pushing, and above all else, keep on posting. But that's going to be it for me. I ain't going to talk too long. Just wanted to make this video real quick to whoever may need it. And I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I love y'all, and I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Peace.